morning, Samar.
Morning.
Do you hear the ship bell?
It's actually what woke me up.
Yes, I imagine I would have stayed within my quarters longer had I not heard it. Can't decide if I am grateful or regretful. No matter. Have you been given the news?
That's a little vague.
About those who have gone and travelled to the caves.
I don't believe so, no.
Right. As you know, there were individuals, teams sent down to gather Aetherite and deal with some unresolved problems. It has been reported that there are signs of rift activity. To a degree, this is not entirely unsurprising, considering the Aetherite. But they did report signs of the smug. It was deep and it was distant, but present. I have yet to talk to Monty about his research on this fact, and we'll be looking to speak with him today.
I see. I assume as of current, there's no plan going forward, since this is such a new current or discovery.
Right. Plans are being formulated. I imagine, though it might be distant, that we perhaps delegate tasks to the students and staff alike to help prepare for the future.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, nice to meet you. I believe in you.
That makes it worse.
There's
No one else is talking. It's getting awkward.
Alright, please head inside.
Nice to have you here, Ren.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What's
Lady Alea,
happening?
Lady Samar.
Yeah, we're going way.
Morning.
Is it okay if I bring this in? They just kind of handed it to me.
Hand it to the folks.
Take that in.
Did Luca need me? I'm sorry I was super late.
I'll come back for that in a minute. Okay, thank you.
I had something.
Good morning.
Sure. Let's give it a
Morning.
Oh, I hate this part. I hate standing in front of people. Good morning, Jackson.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
As I am sure most of you are aware, we have a little issue. Can the teams that went on the mission please take a step forwards?
You two were there, should probably.
Technically, yes.
forward as
Yeah,
well.
we're here anyway.
Ignis, we'll start with you. Please report.
Yes, sir. We had descended into the caves to retrieve some aetherite. Had a bit of some trouble with slimes and large. Not exactly how you would describe them, but large blobous creatures. But they were dispatched with, as well as the lizard creature that was down there. We was able to equally dispatch it. Has left the caves to be at least relatively more safer in terms of hostiles, but in our search we did also discover that there was a brewing rift beneath the school, sir. At least per Sir Monty's description.
Might I also add that the way we found the rift was by following voices, specifically voices of us, or rather the people that were there during the previous mission down there.
Interesting. Anything to add, Jackson?
We discovered a few new enemy types. We were able to put the beast down, luckily, so that shouldn't be bothering us. We didn't find any children, as far as we knew.
Aqua, anything to add?
Not really. We're just filling in vacant positions on Team Ignis. The one thing I will say is that, as one of the few mostly responsible for extracting the aetherite crystals under the guidance of the professor, we did manage to retrieve quite a collection.
Ariel, you had your hand up.
The friend just didn't mention. I believe it's important information. The rift activity, its growth is estimated to be a couple months to a year off. I believe that's important to know.
It's very important. I have talked to Monty about this. At the very minimum, we have 2 months before a rift opens up under the school. Maximum, perhaps a bit over a year, maybe more if we're lucky. However, as of right now, there has been no seismic activity, so it is likely we are on the closer to a year timeline. However, rest assured, in the coming weeks, we will be reaching out to allies and friends and figuring out where we can move operations in the future. There is also potential plans that still need to be drawn up of also, what's the word? Extracting the civilians from Linver and also getting them off the island, if they so choose to leave. If any of you have any thoughts or concerns about future plans, as well as any ideas that you think could be helpful, please let one of your professors know. Aside from that, as you have no doubt seen, we have 2 new students to join our ranks, which will be joining Lumen in the coming days. Now, are there any questions?
Do you have DM vision on?
Surprising. Alright, you are all dismissed.
Yes.
Suppose what?
Did you hear the ping?
I was just going to be curious.
I
if
did.
The
I
amount
find
that
it
we've
very hard to
collected
slip
for the
away
aetherite,
from
if
this.
that was
Yep.
enough,
We
or
will
would
have
we
to
need
wait, but do you want
return
me to
back
slip
down
away and
retrieve
go
further?
look for it, or do you want to do that after this?
From what I
I can take care of
understand,
it.
it was
Okay,
actually
thank you.
quite a sizable
Yeah, no
amount.
problem.
So for now, that should be fine, but if If we get very low again, then we'll either have to dip into our funds or send you back down.
I'm crashing.
Yes.
I do have a question. Do you believe the cave system was fully mapped out?
I don't believe so.
No, sir.
By the time we found the rift, the creatures were acting weird. It seems like they were blocking us from going anywhere else. As we were running away, it feels like we were being chased out.
Interesting. Ithariel.
As per Ivian's notes, there were two small alleyways in one of the second lowest caverns we entered that we did not explore, as well as a larger tunnel that descended further, which we did not descend into.
Understood. Thank you. Something to be aware of for future missions when we get low on Aetherite again. Any further questions? Then you are dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you two could please stay. New blood.
Yes, sir. Chancellor, if I may.
Of course.
I have the
Okay.
clue
So,
map
to
of
the domes?
cabins, if you would like that.
Yes, please.
To
you
the
can put
domes?
it on my desk.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Miss Elia, could I talk to you later? When you have the time?
Of course. I will find you after this.
Okay.
All right, new blood.
That's certainly
The
an
people-
introduction.
It is. I'm sure you have lots of questions. However, first, I believe we should introduce you to the staff here. As you know, I am the Chancellor. I am the head medic here, as well as your superior officer.
Cute.
If you need any training in divine magic or healing, I am the one you come to. If you wish to join medical squad, I am the one you come to. Next, we have...
Stood taller.
Actaeus Conver. I am your professor of largely elemental magic. I have knowledge of other schools, however, if it's more esoteric, well, you'll either have to speak to other professors or it'll be a bit slower work.
Understood. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
We have our headmaster.
Hello, Rosewood. I do believe that we have exchanged a letter in the past. It is nice to put a face to the name.
The feeling is mutual, ma'am. I was not expecting the response, truthfully.
It is certainly worth the time. I specialize in divine magic as well as divination, but he is the head of that pathway.
Understand.
I am Samara Natus. I am not
Pathway?
a professor here. but
Taylor,
I am
what?
Miss Rosewood's assistant. If you ever need to reach her and she is not around, you can come talk to me.
Pleasure. It's good to meet you.
Professor Monty, I will be your professor in Aether Technician as well as research in Aetherite as well. Mine is a little more straightforward. Should you need to find me on any of my materials, or even just want to learn, my classroom is up on the 3rd floor, directly above from here.
Pleasant hour.
Greetings, in. The name is Mordred Clarence, the professor of linguistics. If you have any troubles of reading or writing, feel free to ask me. I can personally teach you, or one of my very skilled and academically inclined students will be able to, as well as the advisor for Umbra. If you wish to have some conversation with them, I could be a messenger of sorts.
Feralis.
We met a couple of them on the boats over here. They were very curious individuals. Give them that.
Apparently, one of them was a new stowaway. They have decided to join ranks instead of me eating them, so.
Seems like a fair exchange.
Yes. Free goblin. Alright, so I imagine you both have questions about the situation around the school that you just heard about.
Yes, that would be certainly one way to put it. How recently did they discover that was here on this island?
2 days ago.
I'm really regretting the nickname.
I told you, I told you should have knocked on wood on the ship. To an extent, I guess this makes the stuff I wrote about in the letter actually more important than I thought it did. I don't know if I want to talk about with as big of an audience, but the things they described have me honestly concerned for similar experience. I wasn't aware that others have gone through that before, and feel like I should probably get as much information as I can. That was... Earlier I was saying it was a bit of a long story, the whole motivations related to that.
Alright, if you feel this is important, you can fill me in later. I'm afraid I wasn't privy to whatever missives you were sending to Lady Alea.
It was honestly a bit of a... My apologies for interruption. You were saying?
Do you have any further questions about the situation surrounding the school? It's your chance to ask.
Unfortunately, I think it's about as straightforward as it can get. I just was not expecting that to be what we were coming into.
I got one. What do we do?
About what specifically? As of right now, nothing. However, in the future we will be looking to extract ourselves from the island and find a new place to set up shop. However, until it does open, this gives us an opportunity to do research on a burgeoning rift. But until the point where it becomes closer to, how you say, emergence day, I guess, we will make plans to set up shop elsewhere. But we have more than enough time.
Activities related to the research of it, I would like to be a part of that.
Of course. We'll see how that goes then.
Thank you.
Anything else?
If you don't have any more questions, I would like to steal the both of you. perhaps get you something to eat, have a small chat.
Of course, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we?
All yours. Feel free to pawn them off on whatever student when you're done for them to be shown around the island too.
Emma?
It would be good of you.
Surely hearing that there is rift activity under the school is not the best news that you could have heard on your first day. I do apologize for such sour news.
It was certainly not in my list of things that I anticipated.
No.
I suppose the only bright side is that it's not awake. For once.
No, not quite yet. And though rifts can be rather unpredictable, if we read the signs properly, we have several months before things start taking a turn for the worst.
Sorry. Hi, welcome. That's good. That's
your real name.
an improvement.
Yes,
from
they're on my ass
usual.
about a lot of things, so I told my real name. What's your real name? I don't think it's ever crossed my mind. Oh, good morning, miss.
Good morning. Thank you for bringing them here safely.
Good yesteryear.
And thank you for coming back.
It would suck, right? It sucks.
Anytime. I always will. What the fuck happened? My name's Seamus. You remember this? You're asking me if I remember something, Captain. I don't know.
Now, we would ask that you only take what you will eat, as we all need to consume the food here. But breakfast is served every morning, as well as dinner, constantly prepared by the Feroli, who, I promise, are very sanitary. Please, help yourselves. We will continue our talk once you've been able to grab something to eat. Not hungry.
They had a little bit of stuff while waiting in the for the morning announcements.
Is that fresh meat?
Yes.
Like freshly butchered, like actual meat, not like jerky or
I'm guessing it doesn't want me to have
leftover.
I imagine it was not butchered this morning, but no more than a couple of days old. We do have our own livestock on the island.
Sometimes when you look up, you can find treasures around here. Wink, wonk.
Did you kill the lizard?
I see what you mean.
Nice.
That's a nice roof.
Good job.
I swear there are things just disappearing out of my hands. I'm not going
It
crazy.
happens. You gotta do it quickly. You have to just eat quickly. Competitive eating. Go.
That'll make it worse.
I think I'll pass on eating. I lost my appetite.
Go. Eat. Quickly. Before it disappears.
Sorry, Will.
I don't want to choke on it.
What's going on?
I'm teaching the ways of eating because if you don't eat quickly enough, the food just like fucks off.
That's not.
Yeah, I kept trying.
Oh.
It kept just fucking disappearing.
Rowan.
It's quite alright.
Sometimes it does.
I
Sometimes
mean,
it likes to fuck
I do
off.
not
Sometimes
use
it likes
such
to fuck off
vulgar
in my
language
stomach.
such as fuck off. I do not even know what a fuck is.
This is a member of Team Lumen. Two of them.
They go to
The
heck.
one is not in color. They have two openings on their teams. They are positions that you both will be filling.
Both of you.
Bad word. Say fuck.
Understood.
I'm Rowan Elliott. I'm the lieutenant, I suppose.
Only say it when you're angry.
The captain is, I think, currently working on a project or something, so he might not see him around today. But if you need anything or have any questions, come to me.
stood next to him. I mean, that's probably as close as I'm gonna get at this point.
Nice.
Until later.
He's a
Maybe
busy young
maybe
fella.
next we can make eye contact.
Yeah, it took me a while to get that one. Well, that one was on me, I guess.
He's got like.
Would the two of you mind showing them around the campus? Getting them acquainted with the island? Show them where they'll be
I
staying.
do need to stop at the dorm so I can actually fucking grab my uniform, but...
Fluffy.
Uniform on
Lady Leia, where will
Happy.
they be
I
staying?
have this one, but that's because I
Would
was,
they be
you know...
staying in Lumendorm?
Yes,
Lumen.
they will begin their migration over to your team promptly, considering you are the only opening. It does not seem to hold point for them to stay in the warehouse.
Right. Well, if you have any things you need to grab, we can start the tour with the dorms and at least move you in a bit.
Travel pretty light. Only thing I have
I'm ready to move.
Sword and I'll move that later.
No, I literally. All right. Great. I guess we can start with the dorms either way. If you have anything to leave behind.
Oh, we're so close. I got it.
I will find you both another time.
Bye, I'll talk to you guys later.
Did you still need to speak with us later?
I will look for you.
Nice.
Thank you.
We're gonna talk to them later. Say bye. Say
I'll
bye.
talk
Say
to
bye.
you later.
Polite.
Bye. Wait.
Here we go. We're polite.
Why?
Crazy. Look at that fist. Have it out against the wooden
I'm like, oh, you're
up against
goodbye.
spiders.
They're not looking at me. Okay, goodbye.
I am looking at you. Goodbye.
I'm looking very much at you.
I'm fine. Went on a mission a couple days ago. Got a little
Then the
injured, but
students are scared too. You saw that wrong.
I am
What they were.
defense.
The one with the.
Am I interrupting?
No. No.
Do you mind if I stole you, Lieutenant?
By all means.
Excuse me, did you know if the captain's meeting is over?
Yes. Has concluded.
It's over. Okay. Thank you.
Where would you like to take this conversation?
We can go to where we were, if you want.
Very well. I do hope the last couple of days for you have been peaceful.
I've been sadly sick. I haven't got much done.
Sick.
But yeah, but I'm okay now.
That is good to hear. You waiting for someone, Ophelia?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm currently waiting for the chancellor. Hopefully he can look over one of the students.
Oh.
Just.
Forgive us, we
sorry,
was
Sir Chancellor.
standing in front of the door.
Yes.
I currently have Varys in the medical wing. It's not an emergency, but if you could,
Would you like to sit down? Sure, we could do that. You seem a bit nervous.
No, no. I'm fine. I'm sorry that I didn't get to, report to you back what you said I was gonna do. I'm sorry.
No, it's quite alright, though I must admit there has been negotiations made with Linvale already. We've begun to move on those.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
Yes, I'm not sure there's been time
No,
to make those announcements, but I do believe that it has been agreed upon that Octavian, Actaris, and several of our own forces will be making trips over to Linvale to help to train their civilians to defend themselves with both weapons and magic for the time being, to make up for what they've lost, but also so that they can defend themselves in the future, in addition to Octavian serving time for his crimes within the village at a later date.
I see. Okay. I was just coming here to report, but it's not important then, right now. It's much more important things to be done with the rifts. Maybe the rift maybe opening in here.
You're worried?
Yeah. Yeah. I am very worried.
I can understand. I cannot begin to imagine what you all have already been through with Kenville, and to hear that there is one currently brewing under your home.
Yeah.
It may be
I wasn't gonna say anything.
It may be several months down the line, it could be a year. But that does not mean we will wait until the last moment to prepare what we need. Rift activity can be rather unexpected, and deeper research on it has not even been known until recently. In the coming days, I would like to speak with all of the teams, find their specialties, and assign you all to tasks to help prepare for our departure. Whether it's gathering all of our medical supplies or aetherite, food, material, as much as we can. I will also be calling some favors to get another ship, so that we can get to Linvale safely as well.
Okay. Sorry for bothering you. I was just gonna report, as I said.
You are never a bother. I think of you quite highly. I have not had much chance to speak to many here so far, but I have observed quite a bit, and I know that I've told you that I have. I see a lot of promise in you. I see hope and I see love. And I see strength. You are stronger than people give you credit for.
Thank you for those kind words. But I don't understand it. I don't feel very strong right now. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get myself together for my team.
Well, what about for yourself? Can you cast divine magic?
No.
Mm. You have many properties of a divine caster. There's charity, giving to others, self-sacrifice, giving to others above yourself. You have a lot of qualities for a diviner. Should you ever take an interest, I would be happy to teach you.
Thank you. I didn't think I had that. Never thought about divine magic. I never thought about... Well, I thought about healing people. But we have so many healers in our groups, I don't know if we need it.
You can do more than just heal. Divine is creation. You can will things with your magic into existence.
Like scrying.
Sort of. Divination is its own beast. It weaves through the passages of time, both past, present, and future. It is a separate entity from the wells that we carry. I do not know where it resides.
So, I'm sorry, this is a weird question, but how do you see occult magic?
You mean my thoughts on it? I see it as a necessary evil. Occult casters, especially those on the island, will tear the world apart using their magic to save it. It is necessary for the cause, and I believe that it can be useful. Outside of fighting these battles, though, I believe it needs to be put to rest. I am uncertain if there is a reality of this world where occult magic will not exist. the longer it lives among mortals, the more it will spread among them. And before you know it, hundreds of years will have passed, and maybe everyone will be able to cast a cult.
Have you known anybody that has gone evil with occult magic?
Gone evil? No. I knew one who was very dear to me. She could cast in occult magic, but it was always to only the most precise, necessary degree, like a balance.
So, divine is the good, and occult is the evil.
Perhaps. I try not to think of it as evil or good. More like night and day. Perhaps they're both necessary, but one cannot exist without the other.
Have anybody cast occult and divinity same time?
Mm-hmm.
Could that not weigh for the good and the evil in some ways or another?
That is a very thoughtful question. I have never heard of one well not being able to be used because another was. Could a divine caster also cast a cult, and could a cult also cast divine? I suppose that depends on the person wielding it. To cast occult magic, it takes a certain kind of feeling. Something strong, something difficult, sometimes painful. And to also feel the properties of divine casting. They are opposites. And if you combine them, I wonder what that says about the individual. I don't know.
Could that not be very powerful against the rifts? Knowing good and knowing evil at the same time.
Perhaps. I look at rifts, the properties that they carry, the feelings that they give, and it is so reminiscent of a cult. That I can't help but feel like they're linked. There's simply not enough research. Do you know why we're here?
To fight the rifts.
How do you fight a rift?
Because research also, though. Also, I've heard that weird kind of experiments. Experiments are trying to be good, trying to get a world.
I do believe that there is no one else in the world learning magic as fast as you all are. You, besides the primes, have the potential to be some of the strongest mages Astria has ever seen. Just in the amount of magic and mana you can have. And in some way, beyond fighting rift beasts, I think that there is a way to save this world. So you're right. Strength is part of it. But utilizing it in a way to save what is left is what I've been trying to figure out. Rift beasts, they are not normal. They are not entity. They have no body. They don't last when they die. They have no organs like you or I. They are not from here. Never seen anything like it. To me, that says that they are somehow magical. And I believe that they can be fought and beaten with magic, just as you can a rift beast. The only question is how. That is why we are here.
Right. It seems like divinity is the good, and occult is the evil. But the rifts is... they are evil, but are they in the middle of every magic? Fire, ice, earth, divinity, occult, the rift.
Perhaps.
It does. I don't know. It doesn't make... I'm sorry.
It's quite alright. You are not the first to theorize. It cannot be purely occult, no matter what it is. Because... because from them rift beasts emerge. Occult takes. It destroys. So how can it give us monsters? It is a puzzle. A destructive one.
It is worrying that we don't know yet. And it's down here. There's a rift behind our school. Our home.
It is scary. You do not have to pretend not to be afraid.
I shouldn't be afraid, though. We're here to fight them. We're here to sacrifice. To make a new world.
If you live without fear, you will find that you make terrible mistakes. Fear keeps you grounded, it also gives you courage. I am scared. But I have hope. And I don't let my fear rule me.
It's very scary to not let fear take over and rule, because I have so much to lose. I didn't before. But now I do. And it's so scary.
You are close to your team.
How do you deal? Worse. How do you deal with losing someone? I remember you saying you lost so many. How do you deal with that?
It is difficult. I never forget. Ever. I visit the graveyard every day. But it is the losses, and also the things that I have found. While it hurts, it drives me forward. Because if I do not try and I do not keep going, who will? What happens when we stop? It is unfair for us to have asked all of you to sacrifice so much. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Sorry.
Do not apologize for your tears. I will always be here if you need me. I want to watch you grow. I want to watch as people realize who you are. I will give you a shoulder if you ever need it, though I know that your team fills that gap perfectly fine.
Thank you. I'm sorry for keeping your time up your time. I didn't mean to.
It's quite quite alright. I don't have a lot on the docket, other than figuring out what our next steps will be. Letters to send, but I've got all day for it.
Right. Right. I should probably go back to my team.
When I come by, do I need to knock or anything?
Thank you, though.
Of course. We will be alright, whether we are here or we go elsewhere. We'll be okay.
Thank you, sir. I will.
We'll figure it out.
I'll take my leave.
Thank you.
Good morning, Luca.
Good day, Lady Rosewood.
You said earlier that you have some things to take care of today. Is that still the case?
I cannot tell them not to be afraid, or that I shouldn't have even told her that we would be okay, because I don't know that we will be. Truly, as the world continues to tear itself apart, there are less and less places for us to go, to hide, to be safe. Now what happens when...
Just letting you know, I never found the ping.
They probably turned it off.
Probably. We had a meeting right after the meeting, so I didn't... Yeah, I really missed it. I'm also out of character for now.
Okay.
So, just letting you know. Although I think I'll be coming back in a second, but...
What happens? There's nowhere else left to run. Truly, what happens? Surely we could gather all the armies in the world and fight a rift in one spot and hold them off, no problem, but they grow. It is my true belief that one day all of Astria will be blackened. And they don't deserve it.
Hello, Miss Alea.
Good morning, you both.
Good morning. Afternoon.
Afternoon, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is, I'm not sure. Are you busy at the moment before I start talking to you?
No.
No? Okay. So, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions on the school and stuff that I haven't really been able to get answers to because, I guess everybody's sort of, maybe nobody knows the answers. Maybe you do?
I could try my hand at them.
Sure, sweet, okay. Well, it really, like, if you want to just talk here, or it's not like anything
If it's
serious.
going to be a long conversation, we could find a place to sit, but anywhere is fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it might be long if you want to go, over there.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, we've got, like, I think there's chairs by those books.
Chairs by the books, indeed.
Yeah, thought I remember that. Would have been really awkward if there weren't. Yeah. Are you okay, Gillum?
The chairs.
Sometimes.
Mm.
Oh, squeaky chairs. Yeah, so, sorry, questions. I was, we've been here a while. I've been here almost a year. Some people have been here, well, a little bit longer than me by, like, maybe a month or two. But it's like I know we're here to save the world, right? Like, stop the Rift Beast threat somehow and save the world. But, like, every time people, like, talk about it, they don't really seem to know how we're doing that.
Of course. Holy shit. Go fucking figure. God damn it.
Like, that made it fucking right. That fucking dumb bitch said.
I apologize.
Oh, it's okay. We know you had to run off for an emergency real quick.
I find it
They
quite
take that call
interesting
or
that
something.
you can't find anyone to answer your questions in the moment you find someone.
I got too. I know it got too serious for you. You just had to leave.
I just needed to breathe for a moment.
I thought, oh man, this must be really.
If you don't
good
have the
after what
answers,
he
you can just say
said.
it. You know. Okay.
Anyway.
Where was I? Do you remember?
You said that.
You had to stop the roofs.
Yes.
What? Wait, which part?
How do we stop the roofs?
Oh, right. Well, I was getting to like, yeah, I know we're getting stronger here, right? So I know like we're stopping them, like we're getting stronger magically. People are learning like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever. I don't know how many, 6. I don't know. A lot of circles of spells. They're learning a lot. Apparently the island makes us really good at that too, which is cool. But like, I guess, shit. It seems like when I ask people about this, I'm like, hey, so what's the plan, you know? And when I hear other people be like, hey, what's the plan, right? Nobody knows it, I guess. Like when I think like, oh, we're gonna stop the rifts using our magic. That's like a tool, but like, are we going to like? Because in my head, I'm like, I don't know if we gotta go fight the rift beasts and drive them back into the rifts, find a way to close them, or we're gonna try and find the source, you know, or we're gonna like barricade them, right? Like, I guess that's my question of like, I don't think anybody knows that, so that's why I'm asking like, what's the plan? I guess. Any of that makes sense?
It does, actually. I just had a similar conversation.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Someone said that, you know, we're here to fight the rifts, and I said, well, how do you fight a rift? You don't. The plan is threefold, I suppose. A temporary measurement trying to hopefully protect the cities that still stand through Aethertech. We are getting there now. But we need a long-term solution, not just a band-aid. It is, as you said, being on this island gives you special privileges to learning magic. I do believe that you all are learning magic faster than anyone in all of Astria, and have the potential to be some of the strongest mages the world has ever seen, besides the primes.
That'd be cool.
This training, you learning magic at such a rapid pace, is not only to fight off rift beasts that seem to be prone to magical abilities, but it is my belief that if we cannot find a source, that we will be able to close them somehow. But you've all got to get stronger for us to do that. You need more mana, more energy, powerful spells. The how is uncertain, but that is the goal. If we can close them,
Okay,
perhaps the world
yeah.
can heal itself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's sort of in line with what I was thinking, you know. It's cool that we're gonna, like, protect the cities before we try that. That's smart. Man. Well, that sort of So do you think it would be like a, I don't know, this is maybe really out there, like a forever thing? Because there's a rift on the moon, and we can't get up to the moon. So even if we could close it, like that would be one that I don't think we could ever close, right?
I suppose it depends on if we can find the actual source or not. If we can find where they come from, we can specifically target what it is weak against. Surely we cannot shoot spells at the moon. But if we can drive back enough of them, maybe some of them will start to close on their own.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I hope so.
The problem comes from not enough
and,
research, unfortunately.
You need like an expert on the rift field.
Yes, actually. Which is difficult to come by. Considering what Sinclair came with a letter that outlined rift emergence. That is more than I've ever heard of in my lifetime. As long as they've been here, anyway. It's a step.
Yeah.
But it's not the answer.
Yeah.
I love that face.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Sure. That's actually really cool to know that there is like a game plan. Because I was getting worried for some reason, because I know even if there wasn't like a plan, we'd figure something out, right? Because that's kind of what we do here. But I'm sure some other people, like, they never seem to like know, and I was like, it'd be good if we could like tell them like what we're doing instead of, you know, some people keep the spirit, I guess. Had a lot of people leave.
So I've noticed many new faces since my last time here. Though, while I have you...
Yeah.
There is a rift under the school.
Yeah.
Several months to a year. It gives us some time, but... I would like to...
Yeah.
Put together forces to complete specific tasks to make sure that we are ready when it does happen. Whether it's making an abundance of medical, or making sure we have rations for however long we may need them, dire supplies that we need to take with us, things like that. If there is a task that your team would like to take on specifically, I can make sure that gets arranged.
We can definitely bring it up.
Sure.
Preparations for... Is the plan when the rift opens not to, you know, maybe try those? Because I was going to say, if, you know, we're going to try that barricading thing, we can't, like, try and barricade the rift off from the school when it does open, using the Aethertech stuff.
That is actually a question I needed to ask Monty. If this device could be ready in time. With the time crunch, I'm sure that he can work overtime along with the Aethertech students, but it would be ideal to have a backup plan.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll focus on the backup ideas. Sure, preparations. I'll rations, medical, whatever. Okay, I'll bring that up. Yeah, we'll bring that up to LeFron. See what he thinks. I was gonna ask something else. Oh yeah. So you mentioned maybe trying to figure out a type of magic to close the rifts, or maybe try and figure out a way to close them. You have any like ideas what type of magic that is? Because I'm just now learning magic. So I could realistically like start on that if you wanted me to.
I don't have any direct proof. I've only got my own theories and what others have heard as well. Rifts give off a particularly dark aura. They do remind me of occult magic. But they are odd in the sense that they create monsters. As long as I've ever known it, occult has only destroyed. It has only taken away, not given back. I do not understand how rifts are able to produce rift beasts. It does not make sense for what we've always known. I do not know where it stems from, how it has all happened. But if it is occult, it is not only occult, or it is more advanced than the occult that we have. That is as far as my theories have gotten.
Okay. Well, apparently I guess that's lucky then, because apparently I have occult magic. Found that out when people saw my sword.
So
that's useful. Yeah, I didn't realize. Well, I never tried using magic before until the last couple months, because reasons, but after the Kenville situation, you gotta adapt.
I have no doubt that you are strong on your own, but considering they are weak to magical attacks, it is wise that you've taken up magic.
Yeah, I think I think this is what I need to do to save the world. So, I'm gonna try and learn some more spells, maybe, I guess in the next 2 months to a year. I'll see maybe I can get down. I have to try and talk to Octavian. Maybe talk to Karis.
Do you have any other plans to learn other kinds of magic besides occult?
I mean, so I was thinking divine. Seems so. I was gonna try that.
I would be happy to teach you.
Seems like
if
it's
you
used for
needed a teacher.
protection. Sure. Yeah, because divine because I think Rowan has something cool. It's like a wall. Maybe I could get something like that, or like.
Yes. Many seem to be under the assumption that it can only heal, but it is quite literally creation. It can make whatever you want.
Yeah. I'd like to make some stuff of it. That'd be cool. Some people have like these shroud things. I think like a divine shroud would be really cool down the line.
Yes.
I don't really have a lot of creative ideas for it, but if you want to, help me learn. I don't really know who else to go to other than Nectaris. Or maybe Octavian as well. I don't know what Octavian knows about divine. And like I said, I can learn occult from Octavian. So
I'm not sure that I've ever met, or at least personally known, someone who could cast both occult and divine at the same time. I would be interested to see if you could.
yeah, that'll be interesting then. I'm down for that.
I will prepare a few light lessons then, and we can talk about it.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
I don't mind answering. Do you have any? Yelp says no.
I can see that. Surely his morning must have
Yeah.
been rough, especially since you all were down there. I hope your day gets better.
Yeah.
And you're able to find your voice.
Yeah, Delv's a little bit shy. All right. Well, if I have any more questions, I mean, I'll try and think of a couple and then come to you, not just like go one by one.
Of course. I will be around.
All right.
Walk away, Murtash. Walk away.
Come on, Gallop. I'll get the frog out of your throat when we walk out of here. All right. Thank you, Miss Alea. Can't wait to, I guess, learn from you. Like, one-on-one, or however many people are there. Okay.
Right now I'm getting an hour.
Oh.
Right, okay. No, it's all good. Yeah, awesome. Okay, what we do?
Alright. We should go tell Lefron about the thing Alea said, and then, and we're okay to relay any of that stuff you said, right?
Of course.
Cool. Thank you, Miss Alea. Again, thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
They're so cute. They're actually so cute. Oh my god.
With all the new walls and everything?
A couple of them. I saw like 2 of them.
2 of them?
I mean, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
I've
remember.
been to that half of them. Haven't really been on that half
Chancellor
of the
Malik,
island yet today.
Farmhead Clarent, and Professor
Farmhead
Bombadil were
Clarent.
over the paper one day.
Chancellor Malik, Farmhead Clarent, Professor Bombadil. I think I'm Lady Alea. Oh. Training?
Smith. Found. Broke. Buckle.
Ah.
What?
I see.
Found.
Thank you for your diligence.
Wow.
So, Ma? There's a large orange Ferrari trying to... Sorry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I know, it's bright. I know, it's very shiny. I just
What have you been occupying your time with?
Yeah, to do versus Solomon.
I had a chat with Kingsley about informing the spirits at some point this week.
I see. Yes, that might be good.
Other than that, pretty uneventful. I went to the graveyard to see how many headstones would need to be made and what size and everything, but that's really it.
Yes, it would be good to get headway made on that before it's forgotten about.
Yeah.
I may have taken 2 under my wing today, teaching divine magic. It's gone a long way. You know, with the way that Yuki presents herself, I definitely would have assumed that she was a divine caster. She's not. So, she has the properties, the emotions. No. In fact, I did not ask her what she did cast. But she has the soul for it, and I think that perhaps she could learn. And, much to my surprise, Matesh.
Really?
Indeed.
He doesn't strike me the type to do. He seems like he would want to go something more explosive, no pun intended.
You know, I find that perhaps he is not what we all think he might be. He had brought up that he had learned some occult magic from Octavian, and, well, he said that he was interested in learning more, and so I think that he could also learn divine magic. I told him I would write up some lessons for him. See if we could talk.
Hopefully all goes well then.
Indeed, I never known anyone personally to be able to cast both divine and occult magic.
Neither have I.
I told him I would be curious to see if he was able to. I will admit to you right now that I am rather aimless.
It's funny you say that because I was just about to say something similar. Well, I guess in relation. With the new walls that were put up, I have been finding it minorly difficult, seeing as now some of them block the pathways without doors.
Right. Oh, which ones have been giving you a hard
from
time?
different directions trying to get to the graveyard.
Right, there does seem to be a blockade in the route that we typically take, much to my dismay. But I suppose the defences are important.
There's still one, and it goes to the docks. So I guess if we really wanted to avoid it, we could just take teleporting.
Yes. Well, I do still have to make my visit there at some point. Today.
The docks or the graveyard?
The graveyard.
Hello, Miss Rosewood.
Jackson.
Miss Amar. We still have people out here? Oh, we do. Seems. I didn't mean to stop your progress. I was coming out here to see if Ivan was here because I had informed him something about Kiki.
You're quite alright. We were just checking things out. Evening? Or day? I don't even know what time it is.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Thank you.
Light.
Light.
Yes.
Light.
Light.
Good light.
Sorry to stop you. I will admit I've lost my train of thought. Is everything alright? Good. Very good. I wonder if they're about to do some training, actually. Perhaps we could observe a bit.
Team. Train. Team. Look. Train.
Think of
We will go to Terra. And then perhaps Aqua, if they're still here.
As long as they are not doing all out, I feel like they will be alright.
Going all out kinda a lot.
I haven't really seen Aiden's magic that much, so it will be interesting to see.
Okay. No find.
Don't kill each other.
You know, I've kind of been resting for like 2 whole days of sleep, and honestly, I'm kind of itching for a good fight. So if you want to go all out, I'm gonna let you have it. We'll see how you fare.
If you kill each other, I will be cross with the
mean-
survivor. Keep that in mind.
Does that mean magic or not then?
Do it.
Professor, do you have permission to cast magic?
Seems sort of silly to not be able to practice your magic. That is what they're learning, right?
Alright!
I believe so. But these are also the training grounds. They should be allowed to regardless.
My thoughts exactly.
What do you mean, especially me? I know when to stop. Usually. I mean, I wouldn't hurt my friends. I know that. Oh, wait, actually. One second, I gotta take off this. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna set it on fire. Oh, alright. And I'm ready whenever. ready to go. All right, right to you. Come on. Less talking.
Have you done some training of your own? I would expect no less to the Ferrari. Do a lot of you train together? Do you think it would be beneficial for all of you to be taught combat skills?
Help!
Perhaps you could relay the message.
One help, one save. Run.
I'm not sure that we could teach you any magic, but if all of you could fight and defend yourselves...
Magic!
Well,
Static shot.
Oh.
Magic!
Sure, that's pretty close, yes. Very clever.
Magic!
Tomorrow, I will select some students to give all of the Ferrari combat lessons. We can all have a class of your own. I will find the candidate.
Learn. Jack. Learn. Mocha. Learn. Angel. Learn. Octavian.
You want all of them?
Before. Learn.
Oh, I see. I see. Huh. Do you think that you could spread the word among the rest of the Ferrari?
Tomorrow. Learn.
Mm-hmm. Well done. Thank you.
Flaring. Keep to exact strikes. There you go. Good hit. All right. Well, I wanted to come to this. So I'll finish this right here, right now. No, my rage. Turn to ash.
Good morning.
I'm back here, but they never.
Earlier.
Morning.
Could I have a moment of your time, Miss Alea? For, a question or a suggestion.
Of course.
Didn't kill him, did you?
One second. Angel, Varus?
Sorry, what?
You okay with that?
Yeah, I have it. Yes. What?
My apologies.
Are you two alright?
We can. We don't need to go far. It was private, small conversation. Thank you.
I do not mind a walk either way.
If you'd like to, sure. We can. The beach. Maybe. We can. It's
Sure.
cold.
I have not been there yet.
Oh. Well, I do apologize. I don't think I've probably said hello to you since you've arrived, so I'm sorry for that. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Alea. Burial, if you've read the documents, I guess, so yes, you know who I am, right?
It's alright. I should have done a much better job introducing myself when I came back. I do recognize the name, though.
Oh, yeah, you're a busy woman. I mean, you've got how many people to look after, and it's completely fine. I don't take any. No one would take any offense to that.
I suppose. Hopefully the books Samar brought found you well.
They did.
Good.
On that topic, actually, how, I think I don't remember asking, I might have been too shocked to ask. How is Welcome Keep now? If you went.
Yes, we were there. We were there just after the invasion. Both of them. It was much different than I remember. And I can't decide if I am angry or thankful that the Assixians decided to move in on it.
And it was Palvendor, right?
Yes. Seem to want to get their hands on about everything they can. But, in a sort of bittersweet, without them, it probably would have fallen to ruin.
Of course. I guess you can't dispute that they are a force.
No.
To be reckoned with.
I am surprised that Rosewood has not caught their attention quite yet. Considering Kenvale.
I would say, I would hope that it stays that way, but maybe that's rude of me. For all, I guess we need investors and that sort of thing, so I shouldn't be so disrespectful, even if it is Palvendor.
I find myself asking a silly question,
you're not
actually.
from Palvendor.
Oh, no. No, of course not. I'm from south of Wildren Keep.
Oh. Lovely area.
Yes. It is. It was. No, I find myself asking if we even need the investors at this point. I mean, surely having more allies would be desirable. Sinclair is the first to wash up on our shores and come along with us in quite some time, since last spring?
Yeah.
We don't need money.
Plans up.
We need more forces. Sentinel Academy could give us that, but it is far too time-consuming to try and please everyone. Oh, yes, there's another, organization Sinclair's been talking about. They've popped up in Favira, to the north.
Oh. Not too dissimilar to Rosewood?
From my understanding, not much. They're a bit more religious, I think, taking after his Gaian foundations, but of all the Celestines, it's an admirable one.
Well, I guess now I only have 2 questions for you. The library, which you got the books from, at the end of the street, was it okay, or, I mean, it was close to the defending wall, so
It had been transformed into a barracks of sorts, storing supplies and soldiers living there. A lot of the books had been ravished or gone, some of them in crates. We were looking for a few things, and by some chance we came across a familiar name. But most of it was gone. The building still stood, though.
Right. Oh, that's good, yeah. I don't, I don't even think this classes as a question. Maybe it does. I don't know. Apologies. You've been scrying with people. Gil and Murtesh included in that, and I can't, I guess, speak for Murtesh. He's a friend, but he's not part of my team, and at least for Gil, if he asks to do it again, don't let him. Please.
May I ask why?
I've seen it more so with Murtesh, and I think it's only a hunch with Gil, right? I don't like scrying. Someone I know in the past did it, and it really affected them, and I can see it in Murtesh. He was shaken by what happened with him, and I know Gil wants to help, and he's a really good guy, but I just don't want him to change in the way that I've seen Murtesh change.
Yes, scrying can be taxing on the mind. Some take it better than others. I can understand your concern. I can advise against it. In the end, it will be his choice, though I do not intend on asking repeat. If they've done it once, I do not want to risk damaging them further. If it is any reassurance, I believe we've gathered all the information we can through scrying. Everything else we need to figure out on our own. Or else risk damaging our mind.
Motesh did bring up some details, but he never mentioned the full thing. But if that's... You think you know who did it?
Not precisely. I believe who did it was associated with someone who was on the ship, away from the island. Whether it was someone who arrived on the ship or someone who was on the ship previously, a crewmate or other passengers. That is what I am trying to deduce currently.
Okay. Well, I guess what can you do if it is someone off island? It's such an arbitrary thing. I guess if you put it in the eyes of those on the mainland, how often does someone capture a rift beast and contain it long enough to go over a boat? They might think we're crazy, right? I guess maybe I hope it's someone who doesn't have support in that way.
I suppose that's a question to ask you, actually. How would you feel if it was someone off island? Someone we couldn't really do anything about? Would you be satisfied?
I don't think I know. Yeah, he didn't have to die. What punishment for that is justified, right? They tampered with the locks, but why would you tamper with the locks? They didn't know that it was going to break out and kill someone, but what else would you think, right? Tampering with a rift beast's cage. It's something my teammates always say, you know? We need everyone, and we do, but... And I'm not saying kill the person. That's not... that's not... No one dies, right? It's just very... Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
But... You know, it's... How do you punish someone adequately for taking a life indirectly? I don't know if you can.
I think we think very similarly on this topic. There is not a payment or a price that can be paid to make up for the loss, to make up for a life taken. There is nothing of equal value other than other life. But that does not mean that it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I for one hope that they are off island. I do not want it to be any of you.
You can't directly prove that it's not one of us, can you?
No.
No way. Can't think of anyone who would do that. I'm not gonna... I won't think.
No. You'll drive yourself in circles if you do. You have much better things to be spending your energy on. While I have you, I'd like to ask a favor.
Of course.
The rift beneath our feet. It might be months or a year. But that doesn't mean we can't prepare. You do not know when. So we have to prepare now. I will be asking teams to assign themselves to a specific task, whether it's creating medical supplies or rations for however long we might need them, helping see if we can get the Aethertech barrier generator before any of this gets bad, functioning. If there is a strength that you feel Aqua has, a task that you want to help with specifically, if you could talk amongst your team, even suggestions from you all. Staff are people, just like you all. We don't have all the answers. But together, perhaps we can come with some solutions.
I can start a conversation about it, boss.
Thank you.
If we come up with anything, I can let you know. Or if I don't, someone else might. I'll get that done.
Thank you.
Of course, I myself will still help with medical in any way I can.
Of course, I would
regardless
expect nothing
of
less.
what the team does. I don't mean to take up more of your time. The wind's cold out here, too.
It's alright. Should you ever need to speak again, I will make myself available.
Thank you. I apologize if my nerves got the better of me.
Were you nervous?
I mean, a little. Maybe I still am. I mean, I've heard so much about you for a year now.
I don't think that I live up to the expectation. I am just an old sun elf with an idea and a dream. You all are far more capable than I am. In fact, this would not even be possible without all of your sacrifice.
I mean, it's not finished yet, right?
No. We mustn't lose hope. Without it, well, no, we mustn't lose hope.
I think we both know how that ends.
Thank you for fighting along on.
Thank you. Oh. No, thank you. Sorry. Would you like me to walk back with you?
Sure, let's see if Samar stuck around. No, she was busy trying to get work done on proper tombstones at the graveyard. It really is a shame it's gone this long without them.
I think it's safe to say we're lucky that we haven't needed more. I mean, you know how long it's been since they passed before I even got here. A long time.
Yes. I wish I had spoken to all of them all. Thanked them properly. Learned their stories. The least we could do is give them a proper headstone.
I like to think that they can still see and hear what's going on.
Viverins believe in
In some
reincarnation.
form.
I... Well, I'd like to think that they will be able to live in the world that you all leave behind when they're done. A safer place for them. I won't get too far into the beliefs. It would seem I was abandoned. Well, time to hunt her down. And
I know how that feels.
your team. Good luck in finding them.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll do my best.
Mm.
Thank you for your time.
Always.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon, Ivan. Where have you gone off to, Ducky? No. Not much of a duck anymore, are you? More often than not, you're walking on by yourself. Can't decide if I miss those days, though. I look behind me, you're always there. Now I look behind me and... it's my own shadow. Perhaps I should get some more. Maybe check on the new students, see how they're settling in.
I've been looking everywhere for you, Miss Alaya.
I apologize, I was in the middle of a conversation. How may I help you?
No, it's fine. I actually wanted to talk to you about about scrying and all that. I was wondering if you had any notes or books about it that I could learn from, as I would like to try and look into it a little bit more.
You know, I don't have any books, but I do have my own notes that I could take down on paper and perhaps give you. If you'd give me a little bit of time.
I would appreciate that. Of course, yeah. No, I'd be more than happy with that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Should you need help in these endeavours, I would be happy to teach you.
I was actually going to ask if at any point would you be able to, as I don't particularly feel like it'd be a good idea for me to be doing it on my own.
No, of course not. It is quite damaging if you do not know what you're doing, but let me get those notes and maybe write a soft lesson to sort of get our feet wet, and we can talk soon on it.
Of course. Thank you so much. I will leave you to your walk, though.
Oh,
have a good day.
I just need more tea before I lose my mind.
I see. Miss Omar's on the 3rd floor if you need her as well.
Thank you. I was looking for her.
Labs.
Thank you.
So she's with with Professor Monty.
Very well. Thank you very much. There you are, Ducky. With Monty. Curious. Oh, right. That must be about the tombstones. Perhaps something for the professor.
How can I be wrong?
Doesn't
I'm bigger than you.
matter.
Kingsley was looking for you.
I have found him.
But I'm bigger than you, and I know more than you.
Good.
How can I be wrong?
Gold friend? Tail?
Tail?
Mine,
No,
Tail.
Wrong.
Mine,
I'm a
Tail.
bird. I don't need one.
Better.
Doesn't matter.
His. Right?
Doesn't matter.
I think you both have lovely tails.
I'm standing.
Me?
See, I have
Thanks,
perfect balance.
you.
You look oddly cat-like to me at the moment for some reason.
Now then, if your tail is so good, then are you able to balance yourself without your tail? Grab tail. Come on, come on.
These are the kinds of experiments the tech lab
I
holds.
don't need a tail.
It's important.
Oh yes, very.
Yes, this is
Me?
valuable information.
Insulted. He says feel bad.
Well, I was going to give this to you, but perhaps this will make you feel better. It's sweet. Pomegranate juice.
Juice? Thanks, you.
The cute tail seems to be working, doesn't it? It allows
No,
other
no.
people to give food to this one.
Don't you go twisting my words.
Food.
Both of you are lovely. Both of you, both of your tails.
Good. Me? Share.
Equal.
No share anymore.
Well.
Seems like among to us, we'll have a bit of a rivalry with this one.
Mine.
You
No
might
share.
have a student waiting on a lesson.
I talked to the young Ophelia, if that's who you mean.
No.
Oh well, don't mind me. I'm just listening.
Oh, you're home.
I
Come,
wasn't aware,
why don't you
Professor,
join
that
in?
you were hosting rally debating clubs.
This is of the small essence. What do you mean?
There's no need to hold yourself so far away if you'd like to join.
Yes, join the debate.
I'm all right for debating. I just came to check, sir. If need any assistance with the supplies from the mission that were collected.
I do not need any such
by now.
What? You have something to say?
If you wish to have another hand, that might be great.
Very well. Since you're both here, the Feroli in the blue sweater, I've asked to have them relay a message to all of you that tomorrow we will be holding a Feroli combat lesson. You'll all be getting some sort of training.
What I had in mind is
Combat? Lesson?
Self-defense, and to protect others. If you do not want to, you do not have to. I've just seen that some have taken interest. Give it some thought. You will not be forced.
Protect. But scared.
It can be challenging.
What's wrong?
But we will not let you get hurt in training. And this is what it is all about.
This?
We all start somewhere.
Me? Fry. Fight. No, failed. Once.
Why?
No, fail. Again. Family.
Some things from the past. It's best not to talk about
Yes.
them.
As I said to Yuki, we talked about fear and being scared. But fear makes you courageous at times. Try not to let your fear rule you. Let it drive you.
No.
Perhaps it is a story for another time.
Not again.
What, man?
Protect.
As you heard, the ones of Ken.
Mom?
Will train. Yes.
It's what fuels magic.
What? Man.
Sort of tall tale, symbol that would appear. We have not had that.
Have you seen any of the students training? Some of them.
Wing. Wing.
Golden friend. You? Students. Where?
I sent them off with Lumen. That is where they will be staying from now on. I've not seen them since this morning.
Want?
That could be an example of it.
Help. Looked.
We have.
Scared. Rich.
Son.
Want? Cheer up.
I have not been by the dorms today. Perhaps they're that way.
No, see.
Yes. Will.
Oh, you talk.
Find soon. Thanks, you.
Doc.
Of course.
Son. No, see.
I see. I'm
going to go pick on a student real quick. I will be right back. The first student I see. That's the one. That's the one who's going to train the Ferrari. Maybe. Obviously not Kingsley and Sinclair.
I hope you understand that sometimes when it comes to these things, especially.
I want to run into Luca, but I can't force it. Whoever I see. Someone with personality, right? Like Solis or Luca or something. Someone who'd be super into it. Martesh might be good too. Go to the dorms.
Snow.
They throw snow at you.
Big snow.
Would you like to warm up by a fire? I'll light it for you.
Me. Snow in here. Help?
Let's see. This might be a little uncomfortable. There you go. How's that?
Thanks you.
I'm going to light the fire, since that one seems to be covered in snow. You are welcome to enjoy it for as long as you like.
Fire? Cold. Fire. Fireworm.
Book? You burned a book?
They did.
I don't know what's happening with that.
They're saying you all burned a book.
I don't want to ask questions anymore.
Hmm?
Alright, just gonna let you know that Malik is going to suspiciously drop a book right outside of his office, and it's going to be The Lusty Dragonkin Maid, written by
Oh my god.
Lucian. Written by Lucian Bombastic.
Okay.
And that's just in case somebody finds it before Fushi does.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Enjoy.
Fire.
Oh.
Ash is busy.
I wanted to apologize for apparently missing the scrying thing that I wanted to go to. I kind of slept through that day.
It was quite unfortunate that I couldn't find you, but that's quite alright. We did end up finding...
I'm sorry.
Others. No need, actually. I'm going to give you a task. I do apologize in advance. In the next 2 days, I am going to ask that you give all of the Feroli combat training at the training grounds.
Me?
Yes, you were the first person that I saw. If you'd like to pick a partner, show them what's what. That would be delightful.
Okay, I have a few people in mind. I can do that.
Fantastic. Then
Anything in specifics you want me to teach them? Like just, I guess, basic combat training? Like what, training with a weapon?
perhaps the basics first, but getting into some sort of wielding weapons, even if it's just daggers, would be a good start as well.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, we've been kind of teaching patches what we know, and they've gotten pretty good at it. They beat Lefron earlier today, which was shocking.
That is actually quite surprising. Huh. They didn't tell me that. They seemed rather enthusiastic, so I thought perhaps we get the rest of them trained up.
Yeah, I can do that. About 2 days? Yeah, okay. I'll see if I can come up with something.
Fantastic. Have fun with it. Stay warm.
I'll do my best. Have a good day.
Michael!
What?
Go with!
Sure. I was heading back to the Aethertech lab. I believe the last time I was there we were talking about Feroli tails and which one was better.
Tail good! Tail good!
You all have lovely tails. Come on, see if they're still there.
Tail better!
That's what the other one said. You're all equal. I swear.
No, good, better!
Ridiculous. All of you.
You're not tail?
No, I do not have a tail. I am an elf. Not a beastkin, not Feroli, an elf.
Lose tail? Oh, no.
No. Never had a tail to begin with.
I'm sure it's important. I'll take it with me though, just in case.
What book is this?
Come on, let's go see what everyone else is doing.
Just like, you know, you've all got ears and tails and fur. I never had any of that.
I can read it. What does it say?
I'm
reading it. What does it say? Reading it. What does it say?
No,
What does
I...
it say?
Oh my goodness. Surely you're messing with me.
Maybe.
You are all quite clever.
No.
Got another one.
Oh.
See.
Well then.
I'm just going to
heard
sit
that
down.
you were I heard that there was going to be a combat training with these Ferralis.
Yes, for those who are interested. I've asked Penny to select a partner and hold training lessons in the next 2 days.
Who?
Penny, the aqua lad, with orange hair and wings.
Wing, ball, push, and magic.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose he is a good lad.
He was the first person I saw.
Is that how you delegated it?
Indeed.
Ginger friend. Remember.
Well, I sure
Ginger
hope
friend.
you saw him
Good.
and thought, why, there's no other better person. What a coincidence.
I just saw it in his demeanor, and how confused he looked as his teammates walked away.
Suppose it'll be a learning experience for him.
It's just going to teach the basics, as well as how to wield daggers for now until we can find or craft weapons that are more your sizes.
Weapons?
Yes, daggers.
Me?
Huh?
No.
Oh. Oh.
Pushy. Pretty gung-ho about fighting this one.
Scary.
Are you afraid?
No. Weapon. Claw. Teeth.
Weapon dangerous, no? Weapon scary.
It can be if you don't use it correctly. But that's why you've got to learn.
Creepy.
He's sizing you up.
Scary.
You do not have to if you don't want to. But do not let your fear control you.
Me?
If you could talk yourself into it, it's worth trying.
No, scared.
Think.
Yes. Think about it.
He's respecting you.
So?
Eh? Big teeth. Bigger teeth.
But you still have good
Claws. Claws? Bigger claws. Good weapon.
We've been delegating what makes better, and if better actually means good.
Be sure that these are the kinds of conversations we want to have.
It sure is very amusing and entertaining. It passes the time. Besides,
Right here.
Eh?
yeah, you.
Tickle.
Right.
Tickle.
He's
Here.
You cannot lie that this is
Better.
very good.
Here. Far.
Are you alright?
It is. In fact, I believe it is about to be evening.
Eh? Me?
Yes.
Once. meat. You?
Names,
but just a little.
I will
No.
check on something right quick if you don't mind
Meat.
looking after the tea.
Mm.
I will be back shortly.
Follow.
I don't think you can follow where I'm going, young Ferrari.
Okay.
They get off to the book. I don't know what they're getting off.
If I nothing. I like.
We're talking about naming.
I like name. Makes me special.
Perhaps I misunderstood.
You do not. You do not want to be named.
Hey, hey.
Maybe he said. Or
No,
maybe
like.
they misunderstood you.
Scary. Very scary. Oh yeah.
Anyway, I should be going. Enjoy the rest.
Very well. If anyone tries to name you, you just tell them you do not want it.
Do not.
Go meet new people?
Fight. Fight.
That would be on the agenda, but
Fight?
Fight.
With the lady
Fight.
tomorrow and not later.
Fight. Scary fight. Oh. Hurt.
Fight, bad name.
Oh. Ah. Scary. Oh.
And no one will force you to take a name.
Yes. But
Can
your name
call
gives
me
character.
Amma. Golden friend can call me Amma Terasu.
Very well.
Name?
Makes happy.
That's scary.
Name?
But name
Mean.
Scary
Friend.
name. Bad.
No,
Bad.
name. Take name.
Friend. Me.
You-
Friend.
You.
Who name?
No, fight name. Good name. You.
Oh.
Fight, bad name. If no, fight. Good.
That is correct. If you did not like the name, I would have picked out a better one. You did not have to take it.
I like name.
I'm not sure you'll want to follow me where I go
That seems
next.
What name?
Oh. Scary place.
I am
Oh.
small.
Sad.
Sad.
Monty.
I know sad.
Alea.
Ah.
Some.
I will be
Leo?
going to the graveyard
Leo?
to
Yeah?
pay respects.
Yeah.
If you need me, that is where I will be.
Follow?
If you must. Of course. Everyone is welcome.
Let us go then.
'Tis not the happiest of places. Perhaps on the way we could pick up some flowers.
Where flowers?
What do?
Snow.
Yeah.
They grow all over.
What? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Give Solas some lessons because I was. Yeah, I don't know. He missed some social cues there. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see if I can find Solas.
Great. Name? Great.
What is wrong?
How say?
Hmm?
How say?
Graveyard?
Grave.
We could call it...
Graveyard.
Very good. That was very good.
Remember yard.
Hmm.
I need to go.
Work.
Probably training grounds. Basically his house at this point. Okay.
Pardon me?
I'll go see if I can figure it out.
Graveyard.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, Solas keeps talking about
Dragon Maid.
No, the
Yeah,
illustrious
something like
Dragon
that.
Maid or something like that.
I'm
Wait,
going
is
to
it-
pretend I
is
didn't
it-
hear any of that.
Yep.
Hey,
Scary?
somebody may have found a book outside your door and taken it.
Scary is not the word that I would choose. Perhaps inappropriate.
Oh. Roll.
You know, I don't think that there's any rules against inappropriate books, but maybe there ought to be.
Oh.
That's what some people have been saying.
So I've heard and have started to tune out.
Oh. Book burn.
Oh, that's what they were burning. I see. Well, at least it wasn't any library books. I've never seen so many people head in this direction before. Though I suppose I've never had so much company going to the graveyard.
Is scary?
No. 'Tis heavy.
I was hoping
Oh.
that the other frauds would join us, seeing how much we are parading them. I would have whistled a tune that would have been rather fitting.
Perhaps the Matarasu will catch up.
Perhaps.
Follow. Hey, follow.
Well, they're coming too.
Let air in. Like air inside. Air in. You.
Suppose
Air
that is
in.
close enough.
What did you think of them? Do you think they're settling in all right?
Seem scared.
Yes, I would be too, if I had come here and found out that there was a rift under our feet.
Scary. Like,
What?
Mm.
Oh.
But butterfly, scary.
Yes, there is a rift under the school.
Oh, very scary, very scary.
It is not here yet. We have time, and we are going to prepare.
Yet.
I believe this way is shorter, right? That place is walled out.
Is that...
one is also walled off.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, I checked over there earlier this morning.
I know. I'm quite disappointed.
Friend now is by teleport or the gate of fear. Golden friend. Why? Name? Ill? Yeah. Rain? Yes?
Rain?
Gold?
Ale? Yeah.
Mm.
They are wondering why your name is Alea and why it has the word ale in it.
I
Drink.
never got the chance to ask my mother. I do not know.
Drink a lot.
I cannot deny that I love my tea.
She drinks tea.
Hey, Taylor. Oh, wait. Hey, Cacti. Just wanted to give the note. Sinclair has made it to the grate, and he's probably gonna. I'm probably gonna just let him stay there, basically down there, and I'm gonna hop out of session.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Sinclair's now down there, and if it needs be, since he was gonna write some letters for the whole Emma situation, I'm gonna just say like those letters are done for Malik to pick up whenever.
Great.
Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna hop out of session now. It was fun being around, guys. You guys take care.
Thanks for coming, you two.
Thanks, HB.
Just not entirely wild with my name.
But owl, moon, night, night, fits.
I'm just not realizing the irony of my name now.
You do not want a name, but do you perhaps have a title you prefer to go by that I could call you by?
Purple monkey.
Purple. What? Purple? Describes.
It does describe you. Could I just call you Purple? I promise that I am not naming you. I just would like to be able to call you out if I ever need to.
Name scary. Name hurt.
What about Violet?
Name Hurt? Violet, I feel like would be too close to sort of a nickname, I suppose, or a name. Why do you think that name's Hurt?
Scary things hurt. Name.
I know what they are referring to. They're referring to the sort of classical myth that if you give Fae your name, they will have power over you.
I see. Perhaps it is symbolism of taking away freedom.
Purple? What? Before? Here. You. Here. Life. You.
Huh? Lone cold. Trees that. Little purple. Old. Cold.
Cold. No, understand.
Was ill.
Ill. Sick.
Oh, so there is a lie.
Please.
Why don't the two of you collect some of these flowers to put on the graves?
Flowers.
Sharp.
Arrow.
There's some on that bush over there too.
Sharp.
Use your brain.
That one's quite different from the other small Ori. The others seem quite confident and trickster, you know? This one seems scared and nervous.
Dad. Best, maybe. Like. You.
Well done. Perhaps.
He sure does a good job though.
Got flowers.
Good job. Good job.
Who flower for?
They are for the departed. Those buried beneath the snow.
Here?
Well, physically, yes. Symbolically, they are elsewhere, I believe.
Where?
Mom else?
Drozens would say that they are with the stars. Some would say they are with Gaia, or Nyx, or life itself.
Gone. Oh. Elsewhere, right?
Yes. The flowers are for them.
Collected enough.
Oh.
Flower. For someone. Flower. For someone. Who was there?
This one was a professor. Maybe you remember.
Professor?
A couple of weeks ago.
Wasn't heard. Death. Didn't see. Wasn't here yet.
On our trip back here, a rift beast was captured, so that it could be studied.
Oh, scary.
Yes. When it got here, it broke free of its restraints, and it attacked and killed the Marquis Skyed. Only a few weeks ago.
was dear friend?
No, I never got to speak to her properly. I never got to speak to any of them properly.
Oh. Oh. Oh, there.
These three were students here.
Students?
Yes.
Young? Students?
Yes.
Why? Dead.
We sent them out on an expedition that they were not prepared for.
Rift? Again?
No.
People.
There was a creature that had lived here and grown into a colony. They were called dreadworms. I hear that the queen was as big as that tree.
Oh, scary. Oh.
How can mole bite? Big.
Well, in this case, it really wasn't about how big it was just that we had underprepared them, and we sent them in without knowing enough.
Repairs to fight. Training fight. Help. Me can't run again. Learn, fight. Protect new family.
Yeah.
You too. Promise I protect you and friends too. We'll try. Fight.
We will protect you too.
Less scary. Together.
Always scary.
True. Was together. Time.
But it is because we are afraid that we ought to act. Because we found something a lot more scarier. It
Hands.
is not.
Scarier.
It is not the riff. It is not the riff beast that is scary. They are scary, but it isn't scary. It is the lives that we will lose if we do not fight. That is scary.
Dark, dangerous. Always scary.
That is why it is good. It is okay to be scared.
Learned. Life. 4. Wound. Hurt. Friend. Wound. More hurt.
It does hurt more to see a friend get hurt. More than a rift could ever give.
Be. Every day. You, students, stronger. Hope. Hope. Fight. Rift. Remember night in fire. Hope. Fight. Rift. Important night. Realize.
Of course. Without it.
Make memory.
Mm.
I'll return in a moment.
Here's me.
Scared?
Not in death.
Yes.
Like direct.
I am scared too.
Learn. They... Student.
Yes.
Happy. Work. Like Ferrari. Happy. Happy. Help you.
Yes.
Even in pain.
Yes. This world will throw many things at us that might feel like we can't carry on anymore. But that's when it matters the most that you cannot give up. That is when you look back on the memories you are fond of and the people you care about. And you do it for them if you can't do it for yourself.
Hell, yeah. Said stars. They move. Stars. They see us now?
Yes. Many Drozens believe that.
Emily, their old family?
Yes.
Wish here instead. Moon, E? Can see your tiny?
Oh, can I see your tiny?
My what?
Your daughter.
You lost Tiny.
Oh. Yes. No.
Friend.
I haven't looked at her today.
If ever you are feeling scared, and you do not want to be alone,
I hope
come find me.
he not look at you.
We can spend the days together.
Stars. He here somewhere. World big. Maybe
Of course.
alive.
Never have friend. Thank. Friend too.
Sure hope so too.
Heard. Here? Academy? Famous. Yes?
You can say that.
Well, if famous, the, these from you. Right? Hope. Hope sees you.
I suppose hope is our strongest in here. Should not lose it either. Thank you.
Thanks you for listening. Me weak. Thank you. Not no. But oh.
Me follow.
I think that I will be heading back to the staff lounge. Purple, if you promise not to tell the rest of the Feroli, and you and Amaterasu can keep it secret, you are both welcome to stay there from time to time.
Oh,
Thank you.
secret.
If everyone finds out, you won't be allowed to stay there anymore.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Before go. Mean you upset with visiting. Said if see us, you smile at the sky.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. I will try my best.
Thanks you. They if loved like smile.
Yes.
Want you happy.
Sorry, don't mind us, we're going to the graveyard. We had to go around the long way. Super sorry.
Turns out all of the paths have walls now.
So we've discovered.
Yes, more loved.
I had a conversation with the Lieutenant of Ventus today. Yuki. She asked me how you deal with losing those that you love. I couldn't really give her an answer. I suppose it's weighed on me for the day. I apologize.
You remember then. Our deal.
Yes.
Remember.
Paper.
Important.
What do you mean?
Tissues, tears, letters, paper.
Are you crying, little Ferrari? Hold still for a second. And use my feathers.
Scary. Paper is words. I letter.
You're right about them. Is that what you suggest?
Before worked with worked with ma'am. Goodbye letters. Sent.
I see. Hmm. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Only had one letter. To self. But it was man.
Were they dear to you?
Huh?
Do you still have it? Keep it safe.
Open when star appear.
Would any of you mind if we took the teleporter tonight?
Teleport. Cold night.
Let's get out of the cold.
Very cold.
We can teleport to the school. We'll make our way towards the staff lounge after that.
Thank you.
I'm still not quite used to seeing these walls up all over the place.
Shiny.
I've honestly debated that if the professors honestly had a bit of a quarrel with having the Ferrari stay in the professor's lounge, I honestly debate about making tinier beds for my room.
I mean, couldn't you just bring their beds to your room instead of making new ones?
That is a good point. Perhaps I should do that.
My bed need new.
But it's only if they have a problem with it. If I have not been sassed at.
I don't think anyone's been around enough to have an opinion on it. Or there are simply far more important things to be worrying about than Ferrari staying in the lounge.
Oh, and book.
Apparently.
Oh, loud? Oh,
Of course.
oh, thank. Oh.
Thanks, you. Warm fire.
Feel more
That's
closer.
the way.
Warm.
Remember what I told you the other day? Fireplace?
Big fire? So. Friends, look what learned. Monty, learned me. Thanks, you.
Of course.
I believe I'm going to retire early. You all have a good night.
You as well, Simone.
Night. Good.
Sweet
Bye,
dreams.
bye, friend.
Oh.
Maid. Fire.
Well done. Do you like the fire?
Yes?
It would be really cool if you could like appear right now, like right now.
All right. Okay.
Hide.
Be right there.
Daddy says cocooned.
Yeah,
Onto a pod.
he just kind of cocooned in his room like he's
I miss
a
Alea
giant
and
wooden
Monty
pod.
and Pirelli.
Hi.
Apparently,
Don't explain. Varys is in a pod, like a wooden pod. I just need help. Like he's in Terradome. He is a
Calm down for a second. Calm down for a second. Explain with
Okay.
a lot less panic.
Walk and talk.
What?
Let's go. Walk and talk.
walk and talk. Okay, so Varys was like weak. He was weak, so I brought him back to the dorm. I went to go check if anyone was downstairs. I come up, he's knocked out. I bring him onto the couch to rest, grab some medical. He's up again. We take him to his bedroom. We all blink for a second again, and he's just in a wooden pod. Like it is a cocoon. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it was made. He is just in a egg of wood, and I don't know what to do because it's like, hi sir, we can use your help. Whatever.
Yes.
Our friend Varys is
I'm
now
not
in
sure
an
what
egg,
Taki is
and
gonna be
I'm
able to
kind of
do.
freaking out. I don't know. He's part of the Terra thing, so I feel like he should be there. He's kind of important to us, so maybe he should be there to see it happen.
So, it's an
I'm
egg.
worried as well now that every time
Like a shell,
I've left
okay.
to go
It's
get
made
help,
of wood.
he's
Okay.
like appeared out, but maybe this is
Does anyone know any deeper details about him?
He just bunkered down. Maybe he got scared.
What sort of magic does he cast? Is it the backlash? Has he been...
yeah, it's open. Just come on in. Bottom floor.
Good. Worry about.
Everybody inside.
make room.
Everyone come see because I don't.
There's a heartbeat.
Oh my God, he is in an egg.
No, not everyone.
Stationary?
Everyone make room.
In some form, it seems like a resting heartbeat at the moment. I didn't want to touch it with divine magic, but
Slow in the room.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Step out for a minute.
I mean,
Time to go. All right, they got this. Don't worry.
Does anyone know if he was practicing magic, if he has an affinity, any of his whereabouts, what he's been up to?
He hasn't been practicing night today. His thing had been growing crazy. He's oh boy.
I mean, I heard like he's been coughing leaves a whole lot today.
You've been
his
coughing
main thing,
leaves?
I think was a
Coughing leaves.
You
Yeah.
you saw him coughing leaves. He did it next to you.
I saw him coughing.
Not the time.
He said he had a cough.
All right.
Okay, yeah,
all right.
okay.
Not
all
the
right.
time.
Calm down.
Sorry. Okay.
So much noise.
He's been
Let-
coughing
let-
leaves.
let-
You got it.
That's Miss Rosewood work.
Monty, are you seeing anything important?
The door left. Nothing of the physical change. I cannot. Are you detecting anything sort of other magical anomalies?
Actually, yes.
Can you see if Varys is inside the pod?
He does seem to be
He's inside the pod.
inside.
Does everything feel like it's all there?
He is stable. He is in a deep, deep slumber. He is the one with the hand, the interesting hand. Yes.
Yep.
How did he get that?
Spirits.
Ah, yes. That makes sense. This is not something that he made himself, at least not on purpose. And it does seem to be spiritually charged. A link, but it is not bringing him any harm. Malik.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's in the steady heartbeat, probably just resting.
Scanned it.
Yes. He is alive. He has a stable heartbeat. He seems to be sleeping.
Can I poke around with a hypothesis, maybe? Seeing as his natural attunement seems to be with nature, and he's in mostly what would seem a seedling form right now, maybe he's going through some sort of metamorphosis, maybe?
Well, he was coughing up leaves earlier today.
Leaves, apparently.
Yes, that's what's... And Solus informed us.
And when I checked his body, it appeared as if his hand, like the roots were going up his arm from the inside, like around the bone, and like had started to go into his chest cavity. It didn't seem malignant or was going to kill him or anything. But this is fucking weird.
All the points more that supports the hypothesis that maybe he's going through a metamorphosis of sort. If it wasn't harmful before, why would it rapidly become harmful now? If
What,
all
he's
vital
turning into a
signs are...
butterfly? What's happening?
I'm not
Well,
sure.
I hope it's not a
anything,
butterfly
really.
thing. They actually like
He
turn
sleeps in
into
his
just
room.
like a mush.
But when it's
sleeps in his room.
when it's that type of cocoon that's more wider bodied, this is more in reference to what looks like a seedling.
Oh, this is whatever the fuck this is. Who sleeps in there? This is just some weird shit. But if he is,
I don't think anybody sleeps in here.
alive in there, except
Pat?
I wonder if we'll be seeing a similar metamorphosis as we saw in Zoo.
Dad?
this is very
A little bit.
Well,
then again, this is also.
It's unknown, so for now it's kind of bad.
I think the only thing we can do is either just keep an eye on it, or crack it open. But if we do that, I don't know what kind of damage we may be doing. to
I
his
don't
body.
recommend breaking it, though I do recommend
Yes,
setting
I-
up a rotation of watch throughout the next however long this lasts. Keep an eye on it.
Good team for that.
Is anyone from Terra here? Odd that it's Aqua Ignis Umbra Lumen.
No, we're all here. They're waiting outside.
Outside.
Respectfully.
I like how like only his team isn't in here.
We had asked all of medical to non-medical to step out, so.
Oh. Anyway.
Tell them.
Yeah, hi,
They
Caleb.
missed one. You know, the big
Alright.
dumb green ones. Missed it. Alright.
Just takes it like a sore thumb.
Then that seems like the next step. Establishing a rotational watch. Definitely not breaking it.
Alright, who here is on Team 1? Who's on duty today? I thought the people
They're figuring rotations to watch over him throughout the
I
night.
thought Team 2 was today, so.
No, in the environment system one.
Team 1.
Oh, my bad.
So what the update is that he is alive and well in there. But we're not sure what's going on, so we're just going to watch.
Are any of you on duty today?
I am, sir.
I mean, I'm not gonna sleep, so I can watch over him.
Yeah, so the short version of the short.
Alright, but there are also the one
He's
that is
alive
doing
and well in
medical,
there,
and
but
he's
right now
coming
we're
and checking it out every
afraid
once
to
in a
tamper
while.
with the situation, so we're going
Nico,
to wait
at
throughout
least
the night.
check. Come in here twice tonight just to keep an eye on it. Document any changes that happen, and set that up for somebody for medical division tomorrow. You then keep passing it along.
Yes, sir.
And if there's anything significant that happens, be sure to let me know.
If you need to swap from back to Umber Dome, let me know.
Keep a good eye on him as well.
Malik.
He's still living.
No.
Egg?
Medical in there.
Greetings. Egg stuck.
That's fine.
Egg is stuck.
Egg stuck. Egg stuck.
I'm honestly surprised Ivian didn't wake up.
If you want to check on it, wait until medical is done. Please do not overcrowd. And don't finagle with it.
Egg someone?
For now, eggs.
Yes, I was only recently been informed that by Isabel that there's an egg growing in Terra.
He's not woken up.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to go take a peek inside.
Egg stuck.
I think he's going through some.
Alright.
I can take that.
You didn't mention he was cupping off leaves.
I apologize for the alarm.
No, not safe.
Same egg.
Not good.
Same egg.
Scared then?
You know, in my time here, I have seen some of the craziest things in all of Astria. And let me tell you, Ferrari, there are quite a lot of crazy things in this world. I can't even... The amount of stories, books I could sell, but just being here, it's quite fascinating.
Like to hear. Sorry.
I bet you would.
Can you tell?
Well, how about if you complete your training in the next 2 days, I promise that I will tell you the most exciting story that you have ever heard.
Well, I'll do. But scary.
Run.
Hello, Miss Alaya. Hello.
Hello, everything's alright if you're going to check on the egg.
That's what I was about to question.
I figured.
I'm kind of riding on my own high. I'm a bit adrenaline up after healing. You need your help. professors immediately, and currently I am not feeling any sort of fatigue, but I'm sure I'm going to feel when I crush down. Calm down.
Tired? Would you like to stay in my room for the night? Yes. I'm sorry?
Lady Elaine, do you not use your room?
I find that sleep is hard to come by. I often spend my evenings reading.
In your room?
Yes.
Do read fairy tales?
How about this? You can both have the same reward. If you, just like Purple, complete your training in 2 days, I promise to read you one of my most exciting stories.
Yes, yes. Sorry, yes.
Yes.
Tell me
Much
more.
faster, you are able to, you are allowed to sleep in my room.
Yes. Hee. Conquer.
Good night to you all.
Good evening.
Good night. Good night, ma'am. And sir.
Good night.
And
in.
assorted. Good night.
Night good.
No, student.
Like air in hell and ears.
Yes.
Like me. Thanks you.
Would it even be right to sit down at the fireplace after such excitement?
Truthfully, I was thinking about heading to sleep myself, or at least up to my chambers.
I suppose I should do the same thing then.
Shall we put the fire out before we do?
I'm pretty sure it's already out.
It is not.
I'm pretty sure the wood died out. It's not? Oh, it is not. For some reason I couldn't see it until I took a step forward. You know, I'm very good at creating fire, but I'm quite unsure on how to put it out. Or just stomp on it.
You do not.
Water?
Would you like to put out the fire?
Idea. Eh?
I mean, if there's nothing left to burn. Oh.
Water! Water!
She came back with a vengeance.
This is alright. It is a large fireplace.
The fire was literally like, oh. Alea. It was like, oh.
Stop! Oh my god. Monty, you're the worst. Look what you've done. He's mimicking you now.
It was good. That means that it was funny. He thought it was memorable.
You both have a good night.
Night, good.
You both as well.
Can you keep a secret for me? I don't need to sleep, so you can have the bed to yourself.
I have a quick question about something.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Bed? Oh, myself?
Mm-hmm. Keep warm. Enjoy the pillows and the blankets. They are made fresh every morning. And if you need anything, I will be right here.
What did do before here?
I was a medic for a small village in Favira.
Favira?
Yes. It is one of the 3 continents of the world.
From Flint.
Oh!
A6.
Yes, A6. Another continent. You are from the capital.
Work hard.
Yes. I've only been to A6 once. But it was beautiful.
Oh? Happy hearing. Miss Flint.
Yes.
Ma'am, on boat before.
That's where you were before you were here.
Graveyard. Funeral.
Ah. I see. That must have been painful. I hope that even though it might get hard sometimes, that you are able to find a new family here. There are people who love you.
Friend.
Yes.
Friend and friend.
Of course.
Did not have friend much. Only man.
Yes, it is not common for Feroli to have the best of connections and lives depending on where you are born or sold to.
Was put on boat before. Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine that is how a lot of you get to places. Just shoved onto a boat and moved somewhere else.
I think.
Yeah.
A happy friend.
Yes. I am happy as well. That we are friends.
Good night.
Good night.